Hello everybody, in this video we are going to learn to draw roofs in Revit. Specifically, we are going to draw a roof by a footprint. So, as an example, we have this one-story house, and we are going to draw the roof here. Let's open an elevation plan, and as you can see, we should draw the roof on the view plan called level roof. This one. That's important, because if you just try to make the roof on the ground floor view plan, the roof just goes directly to the ground, which is not exactly what we desire. So, I'm going to switch to level roof, and I realize nothing is shown here, even if I zoom in or zoom out the workspace. Basically, if that also happens to you, have a look at the underlay section on the properties window. On the first tab, Range Base Level, I decide here which elements I can view below the current plan. It is set as known. So I click on this tab and switch to ground floor. And now it's better, I can see the floor below. Now we can draw a roof. I'm going to the icon at the Architecture tab, click on the arrow below and select the first option, Roof by Footprint. On the properties, I can choose from several roof families already loaded in Revit. Let's start with the one defined by default. Also, the command Roof by Footprint opens in the sketch mode, just like floors and stairs. I'm going to choose as my method, Draw the Boundary, with Pick Walls. But first, let's look at the options. It's always important. I'm going to check this box, Define Slope, as I don't want a flat roof. However, not all the walls require a slope, but we will look into that later. Now look at this one that says Overhang. It's basically the distance from the roof start point and the wall face. If I set 0, the roof starts exactly at the walls. But in this example, I don't want that. I'm going to define an overhang of, for example, 0.3 meters, which is 30 centimeters. Now I'm going to hover one of the walls with the mouse, and you can see the boundary line located at 30 centimeters from the wall. And if I drag the pointer closer to the internal side, the boundary just switches here. So let's click where I was previously. Then I pick all the external walls, one by one. When I finish drawing the boundary, you can see that all the sides have a slope defined there, because all of them have this symbol. And the angle is the one set by default, which is 30 degrees. Click on the tick to confirm the roof, but there is a question here. Would you like to attach the highlighted walls to the roof? I'm going to say no for now. I switch to the 3D plan, and here there is, the roof looking quite nice in this house. Let's select it, and you can see that the walls remain exactly where they were before, because I answered no to that question. If I clicked on yes instead, you can see the walls going up to the top. Edit slopes on roofs. Now I'm going to remove this roof and create a new one. This time I don't want slopes in all sides, and the angle will also be smaller. Click again on Roof by Footprint, select just these 4 sides, and to connect the last and first points of the boundary line, I'm going to use this time Extend to Corner. Click on this line, and then on the first star I drew. Okay, this is the boundary of this new roof. Now let's select all the lines, but for that I must click on Modify to do it. Then on Properties, I can modify the slope angle if I wish. I'm going to set, let's say, 18 degrees, and click on Apply. So all the angles changed. Then I select these 2 sides and remove the slope. I uncheck this box. Click on the green tick to confirm the changes and choose No here. Now look at the 3D view, how the roof looks like. But of course, as you can see, it's necessary another roof in this part. So let's go again to the roof plan. I activate again Roof by Footprint. Click on these 3 walls. Then I need to switch to Draw a Line. I click on this endpoint and draw it up to this intersection. And to remove the extra part, one of the possible ways is using Trim. Select this one as the reference line, then click on the part of the line to trim that I want to erase, which is this side. Now I can modify the slope angle and notice that it will apply to all the sides when no one is selected. Next, I select the sides that I don't need a slope, remove the tick on Define Slope and place the roof. Here again, I'm not going to attach the highlighted walls to the roof for now. Then let's go to the 3D view to have a look of the result. It looks nice, but of course, I need to join both roofs now. And this requires just a simple step. On the Modify tab, there is a specific command to join roofs. Click there. Select an edge at the end of the roof that you wish to join. Click on this one, then on the surface of this main roof, and it's done. You can see they are joined, but they are still separate elements, here on Revit. Now, this gap between the external walls and the roof, it's not very nice, I know. So we have to attach them. Attach walls to roofs. I want to attach this wall to the roof above. I select it, click on Attach Top Base, and then select the roof, and the wall will extend exactly up there. Then I just do the same for the others, but I can do it by switching to the ground floor view, because it's easier to select several walls here. These below, I leave for after because they will attach to the smaller roof. I click on Attach, then I switch to the 3D view and click on the roof. Charan! Done! Finally, I just need these 2 walls and they are going to connect to this little roof here. Okay, this is the end of this tutorial. I hope you enjoyed it, and also I encourage you to subscribe to my channel, CAD in Black, if you aren't a subscriber yet. Thank you, and I'm sure we will meet next time.